Well, hello everyone and welcome to Shakedown from Rally Portugal. Let's have a look at who was quickest through. It was this man, Danny Sordo. Well, in second it was Oit Tanak, but this man that we're watching now, Thierry Neuville, third quickest through this morning, but well, it's going to be a very different matter tomorrow. First on the road sweeping here on Rally Portugal is punishing. Be an interesting day for Neuville. Sébastien Ogier, great to see him back fourth quickest this morning. He's got a great road position. What can we see from Ogier over the weekend? Well, last time he was here 2 years ago, it was a bit of a disaster. Ogier looking to put things right this time. Adrian Formo having a fabulous start to the 2024 season. He's been so consistent that Puma has really been performing well this year. First time in Europe on gravel. Let's see what he does. Takasan, good start position. Might he surprise a few people through this week's Rally of Portugal? Sixth quickest through this morning's Shakedown stage. Rovanperä, seventh fastest this morning. Don't read too much into that. He'll be right there during the opening day, I'm absolutely certain, with Seb Ogier. Yeah, you know, we might well see Sordo in that mix and maybe even Takamoto Katsuta, but for a lot of people, Rovanperä is this week's favourite. Elvin Evans, what can he do? Well, his priority this weekend has to be to finish in front of his championship challengers, Oit Tanak and Thierry Neuville. Eighth quickest, though, for Evans during Shakedown. Ninth quickest through Shakedown this morning was Gregoire Munster. Yeah, wasn't that great? Shakedown here in Portugal is always a fabulous way to start the rally. Well supported, plenty of action and drama out there. Now, as we cogitate a little further on this week's action, let me introduce you to the newest member of our Dirtfish team. It's our new rallies editor, it's John Skoltok. John, wonderful to have you along.
Thank you, Colin. Lovely to be here in esteemed company.
I have to say, I am perhaps the world's biggest rally fan, but I don't think you're too far behind, are you?
Early 90s was when I started to get into it. It was a while before I first went to a rally. I lived in totally the wrong place. I grew up in East Anglia, which is about as far away from rally world as you can get. So it was university in 2008 before I went to my first one.
Shakedown here, John. We've had a good look. We've had a chat with the drivers. Let's start with Toyota, because I think there's no question the battle for the win is very much in the Toyota camp this weekend. Ogier and Rovanperä, both really good road positions. What can we expect to see from these two boys?
It's a tricky question, isn't it? I think we'll maybe see a different strategy from the two of them, personally. I think Ogier might take a more measured approach. As we know, Calais, for me, is perhaps more likely to go for it a little bit more on the Friday and see where the land lies. And if he's happy, he will push. And I think it might take Ogier a bit longer for me.
That would be the sensible approach to, if you like, cover all your bases, wouldn't it? And we know Friday is going to be such a difficult day out there. It's a long day with no service. We did catch up with Seb earlier on. This is what he told us.
It's been a while since I haven't competed on gravel, so one day of testing is good, but it's not amazing. So for sure, I have to try to find the best feeling as soon as I can. And see if the speed is good enough, because I expect a strong competition for the win this weekend. I'm not the only guy starting with a good start position, so that's why we have to straight away try to push. It's no surprise that on gravel the starting position play a big role, so of course you have to look for the late runner, and especially if Calais is one of those, it's not, not a surprise to say that he will be probably the one to watch. So, but I like this kind of challenge. I'm happy for any competition. So I know I need to be at my best, and that's what motivates me.
Yeah, Sebastian Ogier for sure. He's relaxed, isn't he? He's looking really fit, looking very much up for it. I have to say, my money though would be on Rovanperä. Rovanperä is the man with the form here. The last two editions we've had of this event, he's won them both. And he just looks ultra relaxed, ultra prepared, Rovanperä, with that road position advantage. Yeah, if I was betting €5, and it would only be €5, it would be on him.
Yeah, agreed. I think I might go as far as €10.
Okay.
No more. That's English money, is the English one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's the safe choice. I think he will, as I said, push harder out of the blocks for me. And I think he's just in a very relaxed place, as you say. Very calm.
Like we have seen in this rally in the past, you really need to have a good Friday. It's important for the rest of the weekend. So the plan is to use the starting place well and try to do everything we can.
You've won this event the last 2 years. What does it take? What's the secret?
Like I said, I think we have been really strong on Friday, even when opening the road in the previous years. You just need to do a good job there, and then with the better starting place for the rest of the weekend, it's at least a bit easier, so you cannot mess up on Friday.
What about our other Toyota drivers? 4 cars running this weekend, because obviously we have both our part-time Toyota drivers here, and we have Elfyn Evans. Could be a difficult weekend, but what we've seen from Elfyn this year really, John, is consistency. Yes, he wants to win rallies, but more than that, he knows this season is about avoiding 0 points or low point scoring rounds, and he's put together a really good run. It is going to require a slightly different, maybe mental approach from him this weekend.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we've seen a good run from him so far. I'm sure we'll come on to the points, but that is kind of working in his favour and keeping him in the race. He would definitely like to win more rallies, but this year is all about consistency. We've seen that the win doesn't matter as much now. It's about getting consistent points on.
Yeah, and right now, he's not in a position where he has to take risks.
Yeah.
He's keeping things very, very tight at the top with Neuville, and if we get down to the last 2 or 3 rounds, and it does look as if it's still as tight as this, then he might be in a position where he has to push, take a few more risks if he wants to win the title. Right now, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that is where the challenge lies for him. I think we've seen at times that maybe when he needs to push on and take those risks, if he's not comfortable in the car, he won't do that.
Absolutely.
But with, I think, the way we're now starting to see the season play out, I think there may come a point where he just has to throw caution to the wind a little bit and really start to go for it.
But I don't think that position is right now. He's got plenty of time in hand for that. Katsuta-san, good road position for him. A rally he enjoys. A rally he's had a bit of success on. Building some momentum, particularly after that Sunday performance in Croatia. Let's talk about Hyundai, because could be a difficult weekend for Hyundai. You've clearly got their top driver, Thierry Neuville, opening the road. That is going to be a real struggle. Tanak having a difficult start to the year. Yeah, it's a rally he won in 2019, but maybe not Tanak's favourite rally. And then you've got the returning Dani Sordo. Sordo might be their best chance of a really good result here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I have, for my sins, underestimated Dani Sordo. Obviously, he's been on this part-time programme for a while now, and I wondered at times, is his time at the top coming to the end? But he just turns up, very little mileage usually, and he just puts in good performances. He's consistent, fast when he needs to be, and he just keeps putting himself in the picture, doesn't he?
Tanak in Hyundai, bad start to the year for Ott Tanak. He's not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but more than anyone, he needs points here. He needs to finish as a minimum ahead of Neuville, ahead of Elfyn Evans.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we saw last time you can have a bad rally, and he did have quite a bad rally, but he came away with the second most points. So that is in his favour, but I think for confidence, for just to keep momentum, he needs to get a good result. He needs to show that he can work with that car, because he's not quite comfortable with it yet, and he needs to find that window that he can get the best out of the car for sure.
Let's talk about M Sport, John. Perhaps the surprise package of the year has been Formeau in that car. He has been superb, and do you know what? Again, we're seeing a different Formo this year. He looks, sounds confident. He looks as if he belongs.
He has really impressed me so far this year. It's further proof, isn't it, that this M Sport approach of knock them back a year and then let them refine themselves, come back, and he's proven it again. It works. Different driver, totally different driver, multiple podiums, and he's looking really good for me. Really,
he is looking good. I do like young Formo. He's a man that's got real inner steel. He's bounced back from some really difficult situations. Let's watch as well, Gregoire Munster, a man that we'd like to see continuing his progress through the weekend. So there we are, folks. That was Shakedown. Just to give you a heads up in terms of what we expect this week. It is the longest rally of the year so far. Maybe it's got to be right up there with the longest rally of the whole season. 330 plus kilometres. The weather, well, last weekend it was cold and damp around here. This weekend it's going to be completely dry, certainly through till Sunday. Temperatures in the mid to high 20s. Sunday there's a little bit of cloud around, so perfect rallying weather, some might say. John, it's been a joy talking to you.
Thank you.
As always, 1, 2, 3 from you.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult one. Folks, you can put your, while John thinks, put your 1, 2, 3s in the comments below. That was enough time.
It was. I'm going to go Ogier, Sordo, Tanak.
Ogier, Tanak, Takasan. That is my top 3. As I say, I want to hear yours in the comments below. Give us your top 3. We always love to see them. Folks, just in case you missed our announcement early on in the week, the RPM, the wonderful RPM archive, has been acquired by Dirtfish, and we will be having lots of fun with that over the coming months. If you missed that announcement, the inimitable Steve Ryder was the man who introduced the archive to us. Press the button. Where's the button, John? There it is, above his head. Press that button and you can see that wonderful introduction video. It has also been quite a busy week in terms of the future direction of the WRC. And we had a little look at that as well on our YouTube channel. And again, if you want to see it, there's that button. It's
up
above
there.
John's head again. It's
You're
right
cheerleading.
there. It's almost cheerleading, isn't it? Yeah, so plenty for you to have a look at on our YouTube channel. So thanks very much, folks, for joining us from Shakedown. So much to look forward to this week at the Rally of Portugal.